In this part of Season of Completion, Commissioning and Impact, we focus on the housing sector and what the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing has achieved in the last 7 years. Successive administrations in Nigeria have had national housing programs, but with very little to show for it. However, with increased funding and collaborations with other government agencies and the private sector, the National Housing Program under the Muhammadu Buhari administration has delivered more houses in almost every state of the Federation than ever before. How has the Honorable Minister and his team in the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing managed this program to record such successes?
Well, I think how we have managed this is going to be measured by the results that are visible. And I think the results that are visible are first the National Housing Program, which is being handed over from state to state now. We've done Nasarawa, we've done Osun, we've done Jigawa, we've done Kaduna, we've done Edo, we've done Delta, we've done Imo. President has approved that all his ministers in the states where we finished should go and do the commissioning. In some places we're in phase 1, in some states we're in phase 2, in some states we're in phase 3. We are happy also to see that states are investing in housing and delivering, and there's quite a lot happening at that subnational level that I think we all need to pay attention to.
Providing decent and affordable housing for the citizens of Nigeria is the responsibility of the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing. The ministry has taken this responsibility seriously, recognizing the importance of decent shelter for its citizens. The Honorable Minister of State in the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing, Engineer Muazu Jaji Sambo, speaks on the philosophy behind the drive for better housing for Nigerians and the achievements so far.
And one of them was, like I mentioned, is the National Housing Program, which, as I speak to you, is in its 3rd phase across states of the Federation and the FCT. The housing program is going on. In fact, as we speak, some of the houses under phase 1 have been commissioned. Phases 2 and 3 are ongoing. We have not less than 6,000 housing units under this program alone. We also have other housing programs that are ongoing, either directly by the ministry, for example, the Affordable Housing Development and Management Initiative, which is meant to provide a template for affordable housing.
Currently, we are working in 35 states and FCT. When we started in 2016, we had 34 states and FCT because then the Lagos State government and River State government did not donate land for the program. But happily, last year, River State was able to donate on Kumban land for the program, and that is why we're having 35 states now and FCT. So far, we are constructing over 6,000 housing units across the country, and 2,700 housing units have been completed. And the way we are going, in the next 1 year, we are going to produce more for Nigerians.
With over 6,000 houses built nationwide, President Muhammadu Buhari, while commissioning the project in Nasarawa State, announced the allocation of 22 houses to the 1994 Super Eagles team, thereby fulfilling a 28-year promise made by the then federal government. This allocation has been done to team members in any state of their choice.
We hand over the key of this magnificent building and the certificate of occupancy. The certificate of occupancy, original. Certificate of occupancy. Thank you, my brother.
And today we are able to receive what we have toiled for and what we have long awaited for. We give God the whole glory, and we appreciate the government of Nigeria for redeeming this pledge.
I will say once again that we want to appreciate them, we want to thank them for doing this. I pray that the Lord will continue to strengthen them, the presidency and the Honorable Minister of Works. I pray that God will continue to give them that initiative and willingness to continue to do this wonderful work.
I really appreciate what the Buhari regime did to the Super Eagles of 1994. And that is after 28 years for this dream to come true.
This came as projects under the National Housing Program are being commissioned all over the country.
Abinda muka fuskanta a wannan bude gidaje wannan masu albarka wannan shugaban kasa ya mana mu a nan jihar Jigawa, to muna yaba masa da kokarin da yake mana a kullum mu a Jigawa.
A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ President Muhammadu Buhari fún àkànṣe iṣẹ́ tí wọ́n ṣe yìí. Ọlọ́ọ̀bẹ Elédùmarè yóò jẹ́ kí wọ́n ṣàṣeyọrí. Wọn ò sì ní fàìsàn ló gbà. Inú wa dùn púpọ̀ kí wọ́n máa bá tẹ̀síwájú láti máa ṣe irú nǹkan báyìí kó lè kárí àwọn mẹ̀kúnnù.
The thing don't help me well because before when I say do this thing, this my food. I know they say where they sell them before, but since this place they start this project, my market since I start here they say the market they move well because the workers they buy from my market, and you know they had I sell finish, I go make another one.
It has truly been a season of completion and commissioning all over the country, with projects completed and commissioned in Nasarawa State with 76 houses, Delta State with 68 houses, Kaduna State with 80 houses, Kogi State with 76 houses, Osun State with 68 houses, Imo State with 68 houses, and Kano State with 76 houses. Others are Niger State with 80 houses, Jigawa State with 76 houses, Taraba State with 76 houses, and Gombe State with 76 houses. The Federal Ministry of Works and Housing did not just stop at providing houses for Nigerians. Federal Secretariat complexes are being rehabilitated in 24 states and 6 new ones being constructed in some states, hitherto without the important infrastructure. The Honorable Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola SAN, explains why the ministry chose to do that and the success rate so far.
Well, I think the taste of the pudding really is in the eating. And if you ask the staff in the Federal Secretariats now, in terms of welfare, in terms of work environment, offices are the places where we spend some of the longest hours of our days. And I believe that they must be comfortable places in order to be a driver for national productivity. So not only have we refurbished 24 federal secretariats, we have now put in place a governance process of maintenance and facility management, which was not there before. So offices are cleaned every day, toilets now work, bulbs are changed, heating, ventilation, and cooling systems are functional, because each secretariat now has a facility manager. But it's not just the public servants who are beneficiaries of that now. We've created another economy that did not exist there, the economy of maintenance and the facility manager. So each facility manager in charge of maintenance now employs at least 40 people. Those jobs were not there before. So each secretariat now has a facility manager that employs no less than 40 people, from cleaners to electricians and all of that, who help in ensuring that things function as they should. And this is what we are trying to extend to all other public buildings. When the president signed Executive Order 11 this year, declaring that for us as a country, maintenance is a matter of economy and not a culture. And if government diligently pursues the possibilities in maintenance as an economic undertaking, the rewards are really bountiful.
Facility management and maintenance is one aspect the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing takes very seriously. The Director of Federal Public Asset Maintenance Department throws more light on the functions and relationships with other ministries, departments, and agencies.
We do their condition assessment of the facilities under their custody. We'll tell them what maintenance work the facilities need, and also advise them on their budgetary provisions for such maintenance works and the facility management work. That way, they are able to input it in their subsequent budgets as the years go by, to make sure that in every yearly budget, they make provision for their own maintenance work. All we do is to give them technical advice. They take care of their own maintenance procurement, but we help them with the maintenance needs assessment.
It is said that the country that wants to grow its economy must embark on massive infrastructural development. The Muhammadu Buhari administration, through the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing, has done that and even more. Babatunde Fashola SAN talks on this as an economic driver and the job opportunities this has created for Nigerians.
From the time of the Marshall Plan, immediately after the Second World War, it has been demonstrated beyond argument, beyond debate, that infrastructure is often, if not the main driver of prosperity in every economy. And it remains a valid launch pad for every government that wants to be taken seriously. That is why you will find in the inauguration speech of any new president, any new governor, any new mayor, there's always a sentence or a major part dedicated to infrastructure. Infrastructure is more than roads and bridges. Today's world, it is broadband, fiber connection, it is airport connectivity, so many things. Anything that makes life easier is infrastructure, and every government must invest in it. What it does is, first, the demand and supply side. And we've talked about building materials, construction, lubricants, driving sector. But the other thing that it does is that it then creates efficiency for the economy. So we will see the long-term economic effect of this investment by the Buhari administration beyond the life of this administration. But quite aside from that, infrastructure also has to be managed and operated. So, for example, the new airport terminal in Lagos is going to require 3,000 people to operate it. So if you didn't build the airport, why would you need 3,000 new jobs? And we've been talking here about maintenance of bridges, maintenance of federal secretariats. So infrastructure is key. It's a major economic driver, and its impact is almost unquantifiable in terms of its exponential value.
With so many projects completed all over the 6 geopolitical zones of the country and many more projects nearing completion, the Honorable Minister of Works and Housing with his team have entered a season of completion and commissioning of projects all over the country.
Well, I think for me, it's our way of saying thank you. It's our way for the mandate since 2015 to APC and the Buhari-led government, is our way of also saying adieu to the communities by the president, and is our way of also saying we can do more by our party and our government. So in the next few months, which encapsulates the last 12 months essentially of this administration, that's what we will be doing a lot more of, completing and handing over projects and reminding people about some of the things we were able to do with their time and their resources in a way that encapsulates the change that we promised them, because those things were not there before. So those things will be the emblems of change that we leave for them as the Buhari administration transitions to another administration in 2023.
Having worked so hard to actualize the vision of President Muhammadu Buhari on infrastructural development in Nigeria, is the team satisfied with the achievements recorded?
We have a very good impression of what is being done, but you could not say that every single project is going according to what we want. There are quite a number of projects that have been completed and commissioned. You know, they are all over the news. But certainly there are projects that would have encountered challenges, and that's why we have periodic reviews. You know, we do periodic reviews, as I said earlier. You know, works controllers and housing controllers across the states do reviews periodically. And where there are challenges, these challenges are escalated to the ministry, and the ministry sits to find solutions to these issues. I mean, you can never have projects of this magnitude in a ministry, and you do not have a system of reviews and assessment that would help you to know and identify what you need in project. So that's what we are doing periodically.
The achievements of the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing under the leadership of Babatunde Fashola SAN have been unprecedented. The distribution of projects have been evenly spread. One can safely say that the country has not experienced this level of infrastructural development in Nigeria for a very long time. Roads have been rehabilitated and constructed in every state of the Federation. Federal roads are now equipped with road furniture and signage. Bridges nationwide have either been rehabilitated or maintained, while work is still ongoing on other bridges and new bridges have been built. The ministry's intervention on internal roads in our tertiary institutions has been commended by a cross-section of Nigerians.
Before now, the roads were filled with potholes, drainages were not properly done. But with this intervention, you can see the smoothness of the road. For those who had issues with their car, you avoid certain parts of the road because you run into bumps. But now it's smooth, and for students, I know they will be appreciative of what has been done, because most of them, you see them parking their cars. They don't want to follow certain routes because the roads are bad. And for children who ride bicycles in here, you tell them to park their bicycles because they may trip and fall because of the bad road. But now they ride freely, they are happy, and they come, the whole community is excited.
On behalf of the student union, student of Federal University Dusama, we appreciate the effort of Federal Ministry of Works to constructing the road and the take-off campus.
I want to appreciate the good works here. When I came here last year, the road was like kind of bushy, no road in short. But now the road is quite very well. We can go to school, we can take lectures very easy. So I thank the rector through the Federal Republic of Nigeria from the Minister of Works and Housing. I really thank you, Mr. Fashula. Thank you for your good work, sir.
We used to find it very hard in time of chartering a keke to here, from outside to here. We find it very terrible. In fact, sometimes they used to charge us extra toward the school. So we are very glad for the government coming to our aid. As a student, we find it very easy now to penetrate to our classes.
The housing sector has had more houses delivered than ever before, with the National Housing Program's projects in 35 states, and the ministry is rehabilitating federal secretariats in 24 states and building new ones in 6 states, some of which are almost completed. The second Niger Bridge has reached an advanced stage of completion, just like the other flagship projects around the country. With all these projects completed or in different stages of completion, it really is a season of completion, commissioning and impact for the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari through the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing in collaboration with stakeholders in all other arms of government.
The Ministry of Works undertakes quite a lot of projects, and is probably the one that, you know, infrastructure projects are projects that are visible. And everywhere, you know, the work of the ministry is being seen. But also, I think there should be that understanding that resources are limited. Sometimes it's not every community that you can attend to at the same time. But we are being very systematic in terms of doing things. We look at priorities and urgency of doing things.
What this government decided to do from the onset was to ensure even spread of development across the 6 geopolitical zones. It has become fashionable now, it has become a norm to make sure that when you distribute infrastructure or you generate employment, you look at the country on a zonal basis.
Well, I think the simple thing I would like to be remembered for is that we improved upon what we met, and we did some heavy lifting here, and I hope that it can be improved upon too.